I'm from the school. I'm from the school that I hate the idea that you have to step away and not spoil something. I did a video about it. It's basically like I just hate the idea that you have to like be careful, because if a book can be ruined by a single plot twist in a sentence or something, then it's probably not a book that I would want to read anyway. But that's just me, because I know a lot of times people do like to read for the plot.
Oh, I love
and it could
mysteries.
Yeah, exactly, and that could potentially give away the entire book if so.
Oh yeah.
So I still say spoiler alert, even though I personally don't like them, but I still say it.
Sometimes I just like cut that out, like in editing. I'm like, oh, this could be a spoiler, and I'm just like, nope, just if I just want it to be like non-spoilery review, or like maybe I'll make, because I know that I did that for Mockingjay. I was like, here's another video that you can watch that I did, and it's basically my reaction to Mockingjay because it was ridiculous. That book will put you through a ringer.
That's awesome. I wonder if you could do, and I guess we're kind of basically in the next portion or the next episode anyway, so we might as well just keep going with it. I wonder if anyone's done a book review where the first half of it is like is spoiler free or whatever, then after the second half they just go ahead and go crazy and spoil it like crazy.
I know Chapter Chicks have done that before, where like the first half of the video or so will be spoiler free, and they're like, at the beginning of the video, and they'll have like a title screen between the two and say, okay, this is the spoiler part, and this is, or I've seen some people who are like, oh, I'm going to talk about spoilers now, and at this point you can start listening to me again, and it's like in the middle, and I'm like, that's kind of sloppy. You should just, section the two off and just, But I guess it's however you want to flow, but...
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. All right, well, let's talk about other, we're right now, I guess we're on the topic of videos and the types of videos people make and kind of what aggravates us and stuff. I mean, you spoke a little bit about one of your friends who had just started making some book-related videos.
My friend Ryan, his new YouTube channel that he just started like this week is called Rydeth Reads, and it's RYEDTH Reads, and he started this series called After You've Read, and the newest one is After You've Read Catcher in the Rye. So basically it's discussion videos and very much spoilery. It's very much like I think I watched the first video he did and kind of like introducing what he was doing, and basically he's just like, you know that you need to you need to watch this video after you've read the book. And so yeah, I think that's a really interesting idea to do it straight up like that, and not, necessarily like, not saying like hide behind things or make it sound like you're just doing a review or something like that. But I think that's really cool to just have like a specific, like, this is what I'm doing up front and saying this is a discussion. And yeah. I like Ryan. He's always got something like super intellectual and like, awesome. Like every time I watch one of his videos, like even on his main channel, it's just like, oh my gosh.
That's awesome. Those are the good ones. Those are the ones you gotta continue to watch. People
like,
throughout the consistent
he'll somehow like connect it to like what he's going through in life. Like he read some book, Jeffrey Eugenides' book, and I think it's called like The Marriage Plot. I think that's the one.
Yeah,
and he like somehow connected it to his life, and I was just like, how do you do that? I want to do that.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Providing context in books is so important, I think, sometimes, because you can always give your opinion. You can say this is great and this is why, but until you like are able to show how it truly affected you, I think it can sometimes lose its impact. So I've been watching a lot of I don't know. I'm trying to watch as many BookTubers as possible and learn about them and try to interact with them as much as possible. And there's been quite a few that I've watched a lot of recently. But there's one. It's Mikey's Mind, I think, is the name of the channel. The guy's name is Mikey, actually, obviously, and really super engaging. He's the kind of guy like I feel as though he's probably the nicest person ever in the world. And if you murdered his friend, he would still like bail you out of jail. He'd be like, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It was Mikey's Mind. It's all right. So I think he's great, and I would love to give him a high five someday. But go check out his channel because, like I said, he's very passionate, very into it, into what he does, and he's just genuine and very funny too, which is always a plus. I think humor is a nice way to kind of swallow the extra couple minutes. So, anything else going on in the network? You're more plugged in than I am.
The BookTube Awards, the actual voting just wrapped up, and so I know there have been 2 or 3. I think by now there have been 3 categories announced by now, and I think there's 2 weeks worth of videos of announcing winners and stuff like that, and I'm one of the last days. I think me and another person are announcing on the 31st, I believe, and I'm announcing BookTuber of the Year, which is kind of exciting, and I'm trying to do something creative with it and whatnot. But yeah, I think there's prizes or something that Meliza is doing. So basically, it's Bookishly Meliza and Amira's book reviews, and they've been doing it through Amira's channel, and so it's been a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get people together. Even if it's just just a fun little thing. It's not super serious where you're less than if you don't win or whatever. It's just been a lot of fun, and I've been trying to push people to be do acceptance speeches because it's fun. And so Mother Effing Books did an acceptance speech video, and I was like, I love you. I'm glad we are friends.
She is so great. We've had her on the BookTube Network actually once, or had her once, but she's been on multiple episodes because it's broken up. But yeah, she's super funny. Every time I see her, I watch her videos as soon as they come in the stream. Every time.
Oh yeah.
So was it kind of an organic? The awards just kind of sprang up organically, right? It wasn't a group of people who said let's do this. It was basically just those 2 that you said, right? And they were like,
yeah, they're basically those 2 girls who were just hey, we want to do something fun, because they were you do BookTube news and stuff like that, and why not do something on our end to kind of do something like that as well and kind of facilitate something fun. Again, not something that's super serious and oh my gosh, we're gonna make this a thing. It's just let's see how this goes. And they basically hand-hacked, not hacked, but they had the voting through the comments. And so that had to be insane. I was talking to some other people, they're like, why didn't they do it through Google Docs and do voting through that? And I was just I don't know, but I congratulate them on counting all of those comments, and oh my gosh, I'm sure they did it throughout the month, but at the same time, I'm no.
That's crazy. Google Docs is a good idea. I love Google Docs. That would have been a smart move, but maybe they didn't anticipate as many people. You live and you learn. Yeah, you live and you learn. Well, Senna, if you're watching this, you too, just talk to us about Google Docs. It'll change your life.
We love you too.
Aww.
They're lovely people. There's going to be a lot of new books coming out in January. I know there haven't been a lot of new books coming out this month, especially for YA, and so I think a lot of people have been kind of slowing down with hauls and stuff, so there have been a lot of book shelf tours, which has been interesting, but and a lot of new creative tags. I know Bunny Cates, who's in the chat right now, she did the book collector tag, which I definitely do not have half as many books as she does, but there's been a couple of interesting new tags going around, which has been a lot of fun to see.
Tags is something. Is that unique to the BookTube Network? Do you think? I mean,
it used to be super popular with the YouTube community in general when it was a lot smaller, when there were 20, not 20, but a couple hundred YouTubers. People who were actually vlogging and stuff like that. And then once the community got to where it is now, where it's not really a community as much as there are sub-communities making up one big community. And so, it used to be super popular, and you still see some of them Alex Day, Narimon, his what is it called? Whatever survey thing that he does every year. And so that goes around a lot, and another one, some other ones where it's the ladies survey or something like that, and a couple other bigger ones. But as far as people especially the people that I watch are mostly BookTube people, not mostly, but half and half, and so most of them are book related and stuff like that. So
that makes sense. Yeah, I always wonder about that because it does seem like there's new tags all the time. So. I'll put you in the spot. What's a tag that you wish would die, Liz? That you hate? A BookTube tag that you hate? You don't have to answer it if you want to. I'm serious.
I'm trying to think. Because I don't watch too many tags because, like, once you've seen, like, a handful of them, you've seen all of them. So, like, usually when, like, one gets, like, really big, everybody does it. I never do them just because I get tagged and then, like, 2 months later I'm like, oh, yeah!
I can imagine. Well, you have, like, I think at last count it was, like, 40 billion subscribers, I think it was. So, I mean,
yeah.
It's probably
it's
tough.
60?
60 billion, sorry.
60 billion subscribers.
So I can imagine you probably get quite a few.
It's our life.
So if I can read between the lines, is this you telling everyone in the BookTube community to stop bothering you? Is that what you're saying?
No, actually, like, I get tagged, like, maybe once every 3 months or something like that, where it's like, when I get tagged, I'm like, sorry, guys, if I don't do this for, like, another 3 months.
In case anyone is questioning, I am an antagonistic person for effect only. I don't want anyone to think that, like, I was being I'm just sort of a, what's the word, contrarian, antagonistic, just because it's fun. Anyway,
you do it in a fun way. I know some people who are like that, who are just like not fun, where you're like, you're stabbing a little too deep.
If I stab too deep, please tell me so, and I will continue to do it because I don't care.